All right, everyone. Welcome to the stream, guys. You're watching Rome Knows Tech, and I'm your host, Rome Wilkerson. Guys, I'm coming to you in the city of Houston, down here in the ever so hot and humid state of Texas. Guys, I want to welcome you one and all to the stream. I hope everyone had an amazing 4th of July and every day since then. If you guys had something interesting going on that I may not know about yet, let me know down in the comments. Don't be shy. Let me know what's going on in your worlds, what you're going to have for dinner, what you guys did today, and what tech is on your mind. Now, for those of you who might be new here on the stream, guys, you are watching, again, a live stream here on Amazon. My name is Rome. I'm here to talk to you guys about tech, hang out with you in the community, and get to know you guys if you're new to the platform. All right, I see. Let's see what's going on over here on YouTube. I see Southern Cruiser is saying hello over on YouTube, as well as Hope. You should see their comments popping up right there in the stream. Let me go ahead and highlight those again for you guys real quick so you guys can see those. And yeah, we have a lot to get into tonight, guys. We have a lot. Happy Prime Week. Yes, happy Prime Week. We got so many new items, guys, and so many amazing deals. Now, I have some tech here in the studio tonight we're going to be taking a look at, and we're going to be looking at some new cameras, new lighting, a few new gadgets that I have over here that I think is very budget friendly. It's definitely going to fall into must-haves for my content creators out there, my live streamers, my gamers, whatever the case is going to be. All right. Let's see. What is the first thing we're going to take a look at tonight? But before we do that, I want to know, how was everyone's 4th of July? Let me know down in the comments if you guys had fun. Did you grill out? Did you go visit family and friends? Did you stay home? Did you find something productive to do? Let me know. And my glasses are really, really dirty. So let me hit these with this little wipe real quick. And we're going to get right into our first item in the carousel. Now, as you guys know, when it comes to tech, I have a tendency to pick things in the carousel that I think is going to be beneficial to you guys, not just, for one season, but year round. Okay. Now, I live down here in the state of Texas, and man, let me tell you, we get some crazy weather. I mean, I was talking to my friend Renee just a couple of days ago, and we were joking about how it literally rains on the other side of the street sometimes here in Texas. It is crazy. Renee says, she was hanging out with a friend one time and it literally just rained on her friend. So yeah, that's the kind of crazy stuff that we get down here in Texas. But anyway, with that in mind, this product right here from our friends over at Blue Yeti is a win, guys. This is one of those, you don't know you need one until you need one type of devices. Now, I have a ton of solar powered batteries right here in my house. My son says all the time, I am ready for the apocalypse. I don't think that's true, but having backup battery power is a plus. And right now, for the deals you can get on this battery, guys, $139 for a 200 watt solar power battery. You have 2 AC plugs here, 2 USB A's, 1 USB C. You have this really cool little LCD screen here, AC, DC power, 12 volt. You can charge this guy right off of a solar panel. Now, most of you who've been around for a while know I use these batteries all the time for a number of different projects. Now, when I'm using some of my lasers here in the studio, a lot of times I will be using one of these batteries to power the laser, okay, or to power my drones when I go out on location, or whatever the case is going to be. So depending on your setup, you might be looking for something similar to this. I'm telling you guys, these batteries are amazing. Definitely check them out. All right, I see Terry's in the house. Welcome, Terry. Welcome to the stream. Yeah! All right, let's see what's going on over here on YouTube as well, because I got to kind of like jump back and forth, so I can see all the different comments. Yes, guys, please feel free to ask your questions down in the comments. I got you. So, when it comes to those batteries, you guys have seen me use them on a number of different streams, for powering lasers, for charging up my drone batteries. I usually have one of those right here on this back desk back here. And what it does is it just makes it so easy, guys, for me to be able to power things like lights, here in the studio, or to power, these lights back here that are actually being powered off of a Blue Yeti battery itself right now. And we have, of course, desktop size units that you can easily transport with you. I use them to power, like I said, a bunch of these lasers, different things that I use these batteries for. So don't limit yourself, guys, because there's just so many different things. Like all of the tech that you see over here has either internal batteries, like even this light back here that I forgot to turn on has an internal battery. But again, having one of those backup batteries, guys, is a win when it comes time to having to charge these devices up. So, yeah, it's a win. So let me know if you guys already have a solar power battery, or you're on the fence, or you're, had one of these on your radar for a while. I'm telling you guys, Prime Week, the July 8th to the July 11th is going to be some of the best deals you guys are going to find this year until we get way further into the year, around Christmas season. So right now is the time to really start locking down what you guys are interested in. And yeah, man, just, you see it, put it in your cart, check out. That's how you do it. All right. So I was teasing Terry over the last couple of nights, telling her that her and Buddy, if you guys don't know who Buddy is Terry's little fur baby, her little puppy. And I was saying, Buddy and Terry should be a reality TV or a reality live stream show. And all she needs is just to get started. Grab yourself a microphone, grab yourself a camera, some lights. My man Richard knows exactly what I'm talking about. What it do, fam? Welcome to the stream. All right, so let me show you guys a few cameras that I have here that I think will be a good start. Let me grab this one. Of course, it is way back there, so let me get it. And let's take this over to the desktop here so you guys can get a good look at it. So this little camera right here, guys, from Ozbot, this is the Meet 2. The Meet 2 is a 4K camera. Now, this has some AI features built into it as well. One of the coolest things about these little cameras is that they are so compact, okay? That means you can pretty much take this camera anywhere. It comes with a little magnetic base. You can use it in either portrait or landscape, just depending on what your setup is for. Maybe you're going to want to stream or record content for Instagram or TikTok, or standard content for YouTube, or perhaps over on Amazon here, Facebook, whatever it is. So these little cameras really come in handy, guys. Let's see here. Steady Ready 3D Print says, I have the Talent and the YOLO Box Ultra. I got the YOLO Box Talent today because the Ultra has issues with audio. Yes. So let's talk about it. So I have a setup right now, which is funny that you say that. I have a setup right now on my back desk over here demonstrating how well the Talent does with audio devices. Okay, so I've used the Talent here with my Rodecaster Pro, no problems, not one so ever. The same when I tried using the YOLO box that you guys see here on my desk. I ran into audio issues with it, so I stopped using it primarily because of that. But the Talent has just been a rock star, guys. Even when you're using these low budget audio interfaces, microphones like this guy right here, which I'm going to be showing you guys here in just a minute, you would be amazed at the audio quality. So right after I show you guys this microphone, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to connect this audio interface back here. And by the way, just in case you don't know, the audio interface is being powered off of the Talent. Okay, So let me set this up right here real quick. Let me tilt this camera down so you guys can see what's going on over here. I might be a little close. Let me back a few things up. All right, let's back this up so you guys can see this a little bit better. All right, so we have the Ozbot talent right here. Let's go ahead and power that on. And you guys will see this audio interface right here will also turn on in just a second. Okay. So there is our little audio interface, very budget friendly. We have a couple of the tail airs here. We're going to go ahead and power those on as well. We're going to get to all of this stuff, but since the question came up, I'm going to go ahead and turn all of these cameras on. Just give me a second. All right, so we got those on. Let me also turn on this tail too. All right, so there we go. Let's get those cameras a chance to turn on, and you guys can kind of see how the setup is so far. So those are the few cameras that I have connected to the talent. And I can go over here now and I can switch through whatever scenes I want to set up. So as the cameras start to come in, you guys will see the different video coming from each camera. I think that one is this camera here. But anyway, like I said, we'll get to that here in just a second. Just a second. All right, so let me see here. What is going on with my mouse? Hold on, guys. Okay, let me see what's going on with my mouse here, because my mouse is all over the place. All right. So let me kind of explain what's going on here. All right, so let's switch back over here real quick. And you guys can see I have two microphones now here on the desk, and we'll talk about those here in just a second. But again, like I said before, this little camera right here is definitely worth taking a look at if you guys are just starting out. Terry, others that are just starting out, this is an excellent little camera to take a look at. All right, so let's look at now this microphone. Now, this microphone has been around for a while. It's from a company called Fifine. So the microphone has, two connection points. You could use either XLR or USB. You guys can probably, let me show you here. You can see here on the back, you have two ways of connecting to this, either using USB or using an XLR connector. Now, if you do use the USB, you do have the advantage of being able to turn the lights on and all of those cool features if you have USB connected to this. But I want you guys to hear how nice this budget microphone sounds, okay? Now, this microphone, guys, is only $54.99. $54.99. Can you connect to a printer? Can I connect what to a printer? Can I connect what to a printer? Amazon customer, I'm not sure what you're asking. Can I connect it to a printer? All right, so let's switch over here real quick. And let me show you guys this microphone right now. So I have this on the desk. I'm going to switch over to this microphone so you guys can hear what it sounds like. So just so you guys know what's going on, let me show you this really, really quickly here. All right, so what you guys are looking at right now, this is my current microphone that I use every single day, which is this guy right here. This is the Rode Procaster. I'm using that in conjunction with the Rodecaster Pro 2. And I also have this microphone here connected via XLR. Okay, so that's the purple cable that you guys see here on my desk. Okay, so we're going to, I'm going to let you guys hear the sound that's coming from that microphone, and you guys can tell me which of the two microphones you guys like the most. Okay, so let me scoot this one out of the way just a little bit. So this is going to be microphone A, which is the Rode Procaster, and this is going to be microphone B, which is the what is this one? What is the model number for this microphone? Hold on. That is the AM8. That's this microphone right here. again, very, very budget microphone. So definitely check it out. All right, so I'm gonna switch microphones real quick for you guys. All right, so I'm gonna mute this microphone and I'm gonna bring this microphone up. Okay, so what you're listening to right now is this microphone here, which is the AM8 from Fifine. So this is a $54.99 microphone, guys. Now, I will admit it does have a little bit of movement sound. So if you're moving the microphone around like this, you can hear that. You can hear that. And even with it on a mic stand, so I would say if you're going to use a microphone like this, you needed to be on the boom arm where it's shock, resistance. This microphone actually has a shock here as well, but it's just built into the ring because of the way the microphone is built. That's why you don't hear a lot of, rustling sound when I'm using this microphone. But overall, let me know what you guys think about the sound quality of this microphone right now. So I'm going to switch back to my Rode Procaster. All right, so now we're back on the Rode Procaster, which is my daily driver, which is this microphone right here. So let me know, guys, which of these two microphones you guys gravitate toward. Or more importantly, budget-wise, this is a relatively expensive microphone. Okay, even though I got it like 4 years ago or whatever it was expensive then and it's still going to be in that higher price range right now. Okay, this is a very budget microphone over here. So that's what you're kind of comparing and listening for. If you hear enough of a difference to make it, justifiable as to why you would buy one over the other. That's what we're looking for, right? So we're going to switch back to this microphone one more time. All right, so now we are back on this microphone here. I have all of these microphones, guys, going into my Rodecaster Pro 2. There is no gain added to either of these two microphones. Now, this one does have some effects added to its channel. This one has none. I literally just plugged it in and I've been using it ever since then. So, again, this is a $54.99 microphone. Let me know what you guys think about the sound quality of this microphone. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and switch back to my normal microphone. But like I said, very budget quality microphone. This is mostly plastic. The pop filter does come off. This is all metal. There is no give to that whatsoever. So it does feel, really well built for, its price range. So again, if you guys are looking for a high quality microphone, this could be exactly what you're looking for. All right. So what I'm going to do with this guy is I'm going to unplug it and then I'm going to plug it back there into the audio interface that comes from the same brand. And I'll show you guys here. Let me make sure I'm not disconnecting the wrong microphone. All right, so I've unplugged this microphone and I'm going to take it back here and I'm going to plug this in to our audio interface. Okay, so we have that now plugged into this audio interface. And we're gonna come back to that and look at those here in just a little bit. But let's get on. Let's go ahead and talk about the next microphone that next item we're gonna be looking at. So our next item here, guys, is going to be one of the lasers that I use on a regular basis. So, anybody knows who come to my streams, I use the lasers pretty much on a daily basis. I'm always creating something, always making something here in the stream. If you've been around long enough, like Richard and others, you've seen the elevation or evolution of what has been happening here in the studio, from me, starting fires with these lasers in the studio, setting off my smoke detector, all that kind of crazy stuff. Let me see what Hope is saying here. The sound quality of the second is okay, but the number one is better to me. Yes. So I did not think, Hope, I didn't think that the other microphone was going to be better than the Procaster. I didn't think that in any kind of stretch of my imagination. Okay. What I thought was that this microphone right here was my daily driver. The other microphone, for somebody just starting out new that has no experience whatsoever in podcasting or live streaming, would they be getting a good value for their investment as far as the audio quality, the fidelity of that microphone? And I honestly have to say yes, because one, audio is number one, lighting is going to be number two, and then three is going to be your cameras. And we'll talk about cameras here in a little bit, but really the one most important thing in any production is going to be the audio, because people will stick around even when the video is a poor quality, as long as the audio is good. But in the reverse, you could have 8K crystal clear video and the audio sounds like
this, and you don't know why the person sound like this. You're like, wait a minute, man, what is going on? What is happening with your microphone, bro? Okay. Maybe you got a little frog in your chest, I'm saying.
But maybe it's just about the bass, because it's always about the bass. Okay?
But y'all know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Renee is in the house. Welcome, Renee. Welcome to the stream. All right. So, like I said, guys, the quality of the microphone is going to be number one, in my book. And then on top of all the other things that we've talked about, that's the number one thing. That's the number one thing. All right, so let's take a look at this laser back here real quick. So let me show you guys. Actually, let me switch cameras here real fast and show you guys this laser back here. All right, whoops, that's the wrong camera angle. There we go. So this is the laser that you guys are looking at right now. This is the X-Tool M1 Ultra. This is a 4-in-1 laser. This guy has a 10 watt. Actually, let me switch cameras one more again for y'all. One more again. All right. So as you guys can see here, this is an all-in-one laser. You have a print module. You have a pin module. It comes with a set of pins. This laser also comes with either a 10 watt or 20 watt diode laser, and it also comes with a cutting bed. You have your honeycomb grid that comes with it. It has this cover that doubles as your eye protection. Also, it helps eliminate and protect you from smoke or anything like that. So this is a laser among all of the lasers that I have here in the studio that I use on a regular basis. So I think, for a lot of you guys just getting started in lasers or whatever the case it might be, this could be a great laser for any type of crafting, guys. So whether you're working with leather, wood, acrylic, I'll show you guys some of the things that we've created with this laser just since it's been here. Now, of course, this is not my only laser, but I do highly recommend it. Right now, guys, you can get this laser for $999.99. It comes with some other accessories for cutting and things like that. Now, of course, I have other lasers here in the studio. I have the Laser Pecker 5 and its bundle. I have the larger Akira lasers back there. And I even have the Laser Pecker 4 still here in the studio. And I even have, give you guys a full tour, the longer lasers back there on that shelf. Okay, so most of these are going to be kind of in the same category when it comes to power output. Now the difference is, this is a 20 watt fiber, 20 watt diode. This laser back here is 48 watts. But in the grand scheme of things, do you really need 48 watts for most projects? And unless you're doing it commercially, where you're really pushing out a whole bunch of products one after the other, the answer is most likely going to be no. Because if you're just doing crafting, where you're just engraving on a coffee mug or a few things that you're working on, for family and friends or something like that, working with acrylic, working with leather, maybe you want to make some, some patches or something, interesting like that. I'm just grabbing a couple of things out of my desk right here to show you guys some of the things that we have made with that laser. And So this was around New Year's Eve. We were just making something interesting for New Year's Eve. And this little guy right here, all it is, guys, is 3mm wood. Okay. 3mm wood. We engraved on it, deep engraving into the wood. It cut the wood as well. We also made a few things with black acrylic. It does really well with colored acrylic. And you guys can see 3mm acrylic. It was able to cut this with no problem whatsoever. And also, again, working with wood, more acrylic here. I just grabbed a few things out of my desk. But here's something that really, really stands out to a lot of people. Look at the quality of the images you can make with one of these lasers. So this is just an AI generated image that I got. I don't even remember where I got the image from, but I was able to engrave that onto this black acrylic. It almost looks three-dimensional because of the way it rendered the image itself. Again, this is just 3mm black acrylic, and here's our logo that we designed last year for Be a Good Human, pay it forward type of thing. So we, practiced on that on acrylic as well. And of course, like I said, we went through a variety of different lasers. We went through a lot of different materials, just testing these things out. But I can honestly tell you guys that when it comes to a quality laser, okay, a quality laser, guys, Xtool is one of the leaders, if not the top leader in the industry when it comes to commercial as well as consumer lasers. And my desk is a mess, but you guys can't see that because I have modified the camera angles. So now you don't know how messy my desk really is. All right, so let's move on to the next item in the carousel. All right, let me see what we got going on here. Hope says, how does the laser do on glass? So, do I have anything? I don't think I have anything laying around here. Hope I can show you for glass. But I have done a lot of projects with glass, with mirrors. And of course, because I'm looking for one, I can't find one right here. I'll tell you what. I know where some are over in the other room on the shelf. So let me run over there. I'm going to run over there and I'm going to grab some of the mirrors that we did with the laser. And I'll show you guys what those look like. Until I get back, y'all just hang out here and check out this new product that's just sitting here on my desk. I'll be right back if I don't trip on my headphone cable. Okay. I have returned. I'm not sure which camera is on me right now. So, but anyway, I'm back. So let me show you guys some of the things. Now these are kind of dirty. Where's my towel? Okay, let me switch to that first. First, let me figure out which camera is on me right now. I think it's this one. Okay, there we go. All right, so let me show you. These are kind of dirty, but I'm going to wipe these down a little bit just so you guys can see. So this is a mirror, just a budget mirror, and I engraved this on here. Let's put a little bit of light behind it so you guys can kind of see what that looks like. Let me see. I'll put some red light behind it so you guys can see. Kind of. It might be too bright. Yeah, it is. Hold on, guys. Let me bring the power down. All right, so you guys can kind of see what that looks like. Okay, so that's a lion that we did on that one. That light is too intense. Let me turn that off. Hold on. Okay. So here's another lion. I think I did this one for Richard, or one of these for Richard. So here's another lion that we did on a mirror. This was something I think I started off doing for Rachel Cooper. Here is a portrait. And I have to put it at an angle so you guys can see it. So can you guys see that photo? Can you see the photo in the mirror? I'm sorry about the reflection of the light. So I'm trying to block the light so you guys don't see the light that's over here. But there's one. Here is Mandy and her sister. I'm going to see if I can turn that where you guys can see it. Now, what you're supposed to do with these is you take them and you set them in one of those little pucks that generate light, and then these just light up. Okay, they just light up, and then they kind of glow almost three-dimensional. So you guys can probably see it more now that I'm hanging it down kind of at this angle. But that again was done with the mirrors. There's another one here. You can kind of see the photos on there with the mirror. And here's one of my models that I did a portrait of a few years back, and I just used one of her photos here on one of these mirrors as well. And like I said, guys, these mirrors are very, very, very inexpensive. I think this is so this is what it looks like on the back. So here's a little hummingbird. This is what you see on this side of it, the actual engraved side of it. And then on the front, when these are clean, when they're clean and the light is shining through them the right way, you get the full effect of, whatever it is that you have engraved on it. So, yeah, as far as glass hope, there's a lot of different things with these lasers you can do with glass. Other materials that are similar will give you somewhat of a similar result. It just depends on the material itself. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Let's move on to the next item that's in the carousel. All right. So our next item in the carousel is this camera that you guys see here. Okay. So you guys know I got a ton of cameras here. And when I switch over to my other, when I switch over here in a second to, the back desk over there, you guys will see all the different cameras back there. But this camera right here is very new. This is from eMeet. This is the eMeet. This is a dual camera PTZ camera. This one has AI tracking. It has all of those cool features. Right now, this is $159.99 for this little guy. It's got really nice microphones built into it as well. But you guys are going to have to be the judge of it. Okay. So this camera that you guys are looking at me on right now is my Insta360 Link. This camera right here, I have been using for probably the last 3 years. That's what you're looking at right now. This camera right here. Okay. So the new camera, the newness is this camera right here. Okay. So now what you're looking at is the new PTZ camera, and that camera is literally directly in front of me sitting on a desk. Okay. So you guys let me know which of the two cameras you like. Now, they both are PTZ cameras. They both have a lot of cool features. Now, one thing that I like about my other cameras is that I can control them with my Stream Deck. There is no Stream Deck plugin for this camera yet, but it does have a full suite of features that you can go in and customize, including, the color, saturation, lighting, white balance, all of that kind of stuff. You can definitely do all of that, with this camera. So like right now I have it in tracking mode. So as I move over here, or I move back over here, it's steady tracking me. You guys see that? Now, if I go back to my other camera, and this one is also in tracking mode right now, but that one is zoomed out further because it's further away from me. But if I move over here, that one is also tracking me. Now, both of them are technically tracking me at the same time because both of them are in tracking mode. Now, I admit I have not spent a lot of time dialing in the color, saturation, and everything else on this camera now that I'm using a different software for the live stream, and maybe I should have spent a little bit more time with that. And this camera here really, points out the differences in the color profile between the two different cameras. Okay, so when I switch back to camera number 2, you guys can see a little bit different color saturation, and that is this camera right here. Okay, so it just really depends, guys. It really depends on what is going to work for your workflow, what is going to be easy for you. Now, I have connected this camera to the Talent, to the YOLO box. I've connected it to a number of different other devices that I have here for live streaming. And you guys see, I keep looking in that direction for that camera because I have a tendency to look down at the screen. But this one is sitting directly over my monitor. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking. How did I turn on the light? Oh, my goodness. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn this light back off. Did I turn it off? Nope. Hold on. Let me turn this light off on this gimbal. All right, and then switch it back on. There we go. All right. So anyway, as I was saying about this camera right here, so you guys can see exactly what it looks like. Let me switch the gimbal back to its normal mode and switch back over here real quick. All right, so check it out. So this is how this camera is mounted right now on my desk. It's just sitting here on top of this monitor. Okay, now this one comes with a metal stand that makes it, super easy to mount on almost anything. This monitor here is very thin. See if I can get above it so you guys can see how thin that monitor is. So this is going to be ideal whether you're mounting this on a monitor like this, or even mounting it directly onto a YOLO box or to the Osbot Talent, or whatever the case is going to be. This is a cool little camera. It's got 2 lenses. Now, one of the lenses is for tracking. Okay, so it actually utilizes that second lens to help keep things in focus. So what I mean by that is when we switch back over to this camera, and let me grab something I can show you guys here. Okay. So on purpose, I'm picking something black, okay? Because I'm wearing all black, there's light behind me and all that kind of stuff. So I want to see how well this camera is going to do with the subtleness of the little bit of color difference and a little bit of saturational difference between my shirt and what I'm about to put up, okay? So I'm going to put this up. Oh, wait, the camera's still in tracking mode. So let me take it out of tracking mode. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys really quickly here. I'm just going to put this up, and I want you to see how fast it focuses on what's in front of it and how fast it comes back to me. Okay, so I put it back up there again, and then it comes back to me. Back up again, and it comes back to me. So let's pick something a little bit smaller. So let's just grab this little drone here. This is also all black. So I'm going to put this up, and it's going to, focus on it. And I pull it away, and now it's focused on me. Back up and away. So if you are like myself, doing a lot of product videos, how-to videos, anything like that, where you're constantly talking about things, holding things in your hand, showing things, this is going to be a great little camera for you. Not to say that one's not either, but I'm just saying, this is the new one with the Sony sensor. Okay, you guys know I'm a huge Sony fan, and I'm telling you guys, this camera can snap to it super, super fast. Okay, now the question always is, Rome is cool. You got something new. You're playing with it. We know how you are. You're a big kid. So how long will it be before you stop using this camera altogether and move on, back? Because I have a tendency to revert back to my old stuff, guys. I'll bring in new tech and I'll talk about it for a couple of days, and then I get bored with it, and then I'll just keep using the stuff that I was using before. I honestly think this camera here, now the camera angle may change a little bit. I may move it a little bit off to the side over here or somewhere else back there. So it's going to be kind of facing me from an angle similar to this camera here. But overall, I think this is a really, really good camera. So you guys let me know what you think between the 2 different camera angles or the 2 different cameras themselves. If you like the color of this one versus the other one, or whatever the case it is, let me know down in the comments. All right. Let me see what else we got going on here. Richard says we have 30K likes already. Yeah! All right, my babies. You know, we be rocking and rolling it. Let's see how many items we got left in the carousel, because I got a whole bunch of stuff still to show y'all. So I'm gonna have to speed up some things. I got some videos I was gonna play. I don't know if I'm gonna get to that. I might just wind up just, you know, talking about this stuff handheld. All right, so the next item in the carousel is from DJI. You guys know that I've been flying DJI drones for a little while now, as well as using a lot of other DJI products. So the camera that I'm about to show you guys it has become like one of the trendier cameras for, you know, content creators. Every content creator you see on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, they all have this same camera. Okay, so let me show you guys what camera that is. Let's switch over to this real quick, and that's going to be this guy right here. This is the DJI Pocket 3. Okay, this one also is a PTZ camera. It has a built-in screen, as you guys can see here. This little 2-inch screen does come in really handy when it comes for, you know, framing up your shots. The head is, it's a PTZ camera. 4K, 60 frames a second, slow motion up to 120 frames a second. Very compact size. Now, this is USB connectability for this camera. You can connect it to a Mac or PC, some tablets. I have used it with the Talent as well, you know, connecting it through UVC. So it's worked for that. Now, the bundle that I received does come with the microphone. The microphone that comes with this one is going to be the DJI Mic 2. And let me grab that off of here real quick so I can show it to you guys. So that's this microphone that you guys see here, okay? So this is a Bluetooth microphone. It's already paired up with the Pocket 3. All I have to do is turn it on, and then, you know, I can just, you know, record my little videos. And this has been my everyday workflow for probably about 4 or 5 months, guys. A lot of the videos you guys see me producing, this is the camera that I use. I even added this new rail that you guys see here on my desk, just to make it much easier, you know, for me to shoot those videos over here on this desk. Okay. So yes, this camera right here is a win. If you guys are into blogging, live streaming, any of that kind of stuff, this is going to be an amazing little camera for you. It fits in your pocket. Now, is it as rugged as something like a GoPro? No. So if you need a GoPro, you know you need a GoPro. So if you need a GoPro, then you going, you know, scuba diving, or you're going skydiving, or, you know, bull riding, or whatever it is, then no, this camera here is not going to be the camera for you. But if you are doing content creation, if you're wanting to record yourself in the gym, you want to record yourself walking and talking, recording other people, kind of like news gathering, this is an amazing little camera. It is very, very stable. You can literally walk and talk with this, and your video is going to be extremely stable once you master, you know, the correct way to walk with the camera, so it's not bouncing up and down like this while you're walking. But overall, guys, this is a great camera. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this little camera. If you have any questions about it, let me know as well. Now, another cool thing that you can do with this camera is that you can record in either landscape or portrait orientation by just rotating the screen. So when it's in a standard landscape orientation, that's going to be your 16:9 4K, no problem. But if you want to record something, say for instance for Instagram or TikTok, in that portrait orientation, you just rotate the screen back in, and now it's going to be recording in that portrait orientation. Now, it will downscale it to right about 3K, but honestly, that's not a detractor, because most content that you're uploading to those platforms, guys, realistically is only 1080p at best. Okay, the live stream you're watching right now here on Amazon is only 720, just to give you guys a point of reference. Okay, all right. Now, there are some cool microphones that you can buy additional to that camera. If you were to purchase that camera without the bundle, there is a new there is a new microphone that you guys can take a look at from who is it from? From Godox. I don't know why I just drew a blank from Godox. So I'm just going to show you guys the video here really quick. And, you guys can kind of make, a decision on your own if you think this is right for you. So let's just go ahead and play this first video here real quick. Let's see. What is that? There we go. Pocket one. All right. So let me know also what the audio sounds like to you guys. Okay, I can't tell if you guys can hear the audio or not. But anyway, these are the microphones. Okay, I can't tell if you guys can hear the audio or not. But anyway, okay, there's a delay. My bad. Okay, so there's no audio on the video. Okay, so that's fine. Actually, let me check here real quick. Did I turn off the audio? It's a good chance I turned the audio off, but that's okay. I'll just explain it to you. No worries there. So basically what you get in this bundle is going to be the microphone. You're going to get the charger. You're going to get everything that you need to connect it to the Osbot Pocket 3. And I'm looking around because I don't remember what I did with the microphones. No, I don't know what I did with them. Hold on. Are they here? No. But anyway, those will work basically the same way, guys. They just plug right into the body of the Pocket 3, and that's going to allow you to connect wirelessly. It comes with a very compact, little, small, tiny microphone, and it also has the rare earth magnets where you can easily clip this onto yourself. Now, the only thing it doesn't have is going to be what the microphone from DJI has is 32-bit float. If you know, if you need 32-bit float, then obviously this little budget-friendly microphone is not for you, but it is definitely a good contender. I did record with it just on yesterday. I made it a purpose and on purpose of recording some of my content with it. And yes, I was very, very happy with the microphone. Now, if you guys want to hear the full video, just go over to my storefront, which is romeknowstech.live, and you guys will actually be able to see the video that I created for that product, and you should be able to hear the audio as well. Because I was playing around with Mel earlier, and I realized I may have disabled some of the videos audio. So I need to reset those for tomorrow night's stream or for the next upcoming stream. All right, so let's just keep rolling. Let's keep rolling because I still have in mind what I was talking about earlier with whomever I was talking about with the talent and everything. So let me show you guys this setup here. Now, you're not going to be able to hear the audio once I switch over. Well, you'll be able to hear me, but you won't be able to hear the audio from the microphone is what I'm trying to say, okay? So let's switch this down and move this camera back as far back as we can get it to go. And let's switch over to our iPhone here. All right, so let me just adjust this over so you guys can see the setup a little bit. Okay, so this is the microphone that we were looking at. This is the microphone we were looking at earlier. You guys already heard this microphone. So this guy is connected to this audio interface that you see here. Now, this audio interface, guys, is going to give you some aesthetic lighting effects. It's going to give you voice effects. You also can program up to 4 different buttons for different sound effects. You also have your faders. You have your mute buttons. Here you can see you can connect at least one XLR microphone to this. And I have this right now connected to the talent, okay? So here's the talent. And let me bring up the audio so you guys can see. Let me connect this guy. All right, so there are your audio faders. Everything there is connected. But for some reason, hold on. Let me make sure we got the right cable. All right, I'm trying to make sure we have the right cable connected for this. There's audio right there. Okay, so I had disabled the audio, but I wanted you guys to see the audio is coming in perfectly off. Let me move that over there. Perfectly off of that microphone, which is the one. And this microphone is quite some distance away from me, but yet the audio levels are still coming in at this level. So that's this little budget microphone that we looked at before. This right here is a very budget audio interface, and I have it connected to the talent. So if you are podcasting, live streaming, especially if you're using multiple cameras, guys, this could be an excellent way to set up a complete stream, as you guys see here. Okay, so when you combine that with the remote for the cameras, you have your different camera setup, different camera angles, a good quality microphone. You pretty much have everything that you need in order to, whoops, I'm just pressing on the joystick. Anyway, stop it, Richard. That's not a blooper. But anyway, you guys can see here on my desk everything that's set up. And this is very, very budget. Now, I get it. The talent is expensive. The cameras are expensive. But if you're just starting off with regular cameras that you want to be able to connect to a computer or video switcher or whatever it is, there are a lot of budget video switchers out there. Like, for instance, this little guy back here is a very budget video switcher. And now that one does require that all of your cameras be wired, what you guys are looking at right now, all of these cameras are connected through SRT. So they're not, physically connected to the talent, but it's still going to work basically the same. Now your audio interface is most likely going to be physically connected to the device, but this is going to be extremely portable, quick to set up, or to have permanently in a place in your home or office or something like that. So if that's something you're into, this is going to be a win. Now, there is also another option. I'm going to show you guys here real quick. So that audio interface, guys, is only $49.99. $49.99. Okay. Now, I also have, let me show you guys here. So anyway, if you get that, this is the box that it comes in. So, there you go. All right. So they also sent me some of their headphones. Okay. So these are the H9 gaming headset, which is these guys right here. Now, these also have a built-in microphone in them as well. Let me slide this over. Let's take this down to the desk, and let me show you guys what comes in this box here. All right, so in the box, you're going to find the headphones themselves. There's not a lot that comes in the box. You just get a few accessories. You get the USB-A adapter. You also get a microphone. So here's the microphone for the headset. So it just really depends on your specific setup. Okay, so I probably never would use this with the headphones, but they just plug in right here, guys. So you plug the headphone in just like that. So now you have a headphone that you can speak and talk. Really nice. The headphones do feel good when you wear them. They don't feel like your ears are going to sweat off. Now, for me, this cord was a little bit short. So even when I would plug this into my Rodecaster, I had to stay really, really close to the Rodecaster in order to be able to use it. But it also comes with an adapter. Let me show you guys that. It comes with this adapter here, where you can plug in that 3.5 into this and then plug this right into your Mac, your PC, or tablet, or whatever it is you want to use. And then that's going to extend the cable. But in my situation, that doesn't work for me because, of course, my headphones need to go in through a quarter jack, in order for them to work. But if you're connecting this to that audio mixer that we were just looking at, this would be ideal as well. If you're gaming, you want to have a quick little gaming setup or a podcasting setup, and you don't feel like you need, right now, because you don't, a microphone like I'm using on a daily basis, this could be another option. But when you look at the prices, guys, you're only talking about a few dollars in separation between these different microphones. So definitely check these guys out as well. So these are all basically from the same brand. So if you guys are interested in live streaming or gaming, let me know which of you are interested in getting started this year, have been thinking about it for some time, and are ready, ready, Freddy, to get started, creating content. Because I want to talk to you. I want to do whatever I can to help you guys get started. All right. But anyway, I forgot to highlight these guys. But these headphones right here, guys, you can get here on Amazon for only $37.99 for these guys. So definitely check them out. All right. What do we have next? All right. So what do we have next here, guys, in the carousel is going to be one of my drones. Let me get this camera back up here because it's been following me everywhere. All right, so I got one of my drones here, which is my DJI Air 3S. So let me go ahead and highlight this guy as well because I know I'll forget. So let me just grab it. We don't have a lot of time left tonight. All right. So I received the Fly More combo, okay? So that's this drone here, which is the DJI Air 3S. This is the RC2 controller. It has the 5-inch screen. This is the same controller that I use when I'm showing you guys the simulator, when I'm flying the simulator for you here on the stream. So let me give you guys a little bit better look at this controller. So this is the controller. Now, I do have this screen protector on here. This is from another company. If you get the controller, you can find this screen protector over on my storefront as well. That comes in really handy because it can definitely protect your screen and a lot of these aftermarket accessories that I have on this drone as well from the exact same company, okay? But this is the drone. I'm just going to unfold it here just so you guys can kind of see what it looks like. So the legs just fold out like this. And oops, I did that too soon. Let's try that again. So first two legs go out like so. These other two legs fold from underneath like this. And this is the size of the drone, okay? Now, this drone can fly up to 60 miles an hour. It has 360-degree obstacle avoidance. You have cameras all the way around the drone, including underneath it, where there's also a landing light. You also have two cameras built into this drone. So you have a 70 millimeter and a 24 millimeter equivalent camera. That's 1.5. This can record at 4K, 60 frames a second, slow motion, 120 frames a second. The drone has LiDAR as well. That little black bar that you see in the front is your LiDAR sensor that's going to prevent this drone when it's, in one of its obstacle avoidance modes from crashing into things, even in very, very low light. So this guy is a beast. Now, of course, DJI has been in this game for a very long time, guys. So, don't be super impressed, by what I'm telling you about this drone, because almost all of DJI drones are going to be in a similar category with a lot of the similar features. But for someone who's just starting out, I do recommend these drones because they have so many safety features. And those are the safety features that's going to make it really easy for somebody to fly a drone like this that's never flown a drone before, or, is worried about, things happening when you fly your drone. These drones pretty much can fly themselves. They have a lot of autonomous, features built into them as well. So it really just depends on what you want to use the drone for. Now, the Fly More combo comes again with the controller, it comes with the drone, and it also comes with 3 batteries and the charger. Okay, so right now the bundle is $27.99. You're going to get all 3 of those items. I'm going to show you guys the charger here in a second when I put these 2 back here. Let me put that back there. and the drone. And here is the here's the charger. As you guys see here, here's our charger. And this will charge 3 batteries at the same time, but it has another cool feature to it. And that cool feature is, let's say you've been flying all day and let's say this battery right here has 20%, this battery has 15%, and then you have another battery. If you put all the batteries back in this charger at the same time, what it'll do is it'll transfer all of the power remaining on the other 2 batteries to whichever battery has the most power, okay? So that means you might be able to get back out and have at least one more additional flight. So, that's pretty cool as well. The charger by itself, you will need a power brick in order to charge this. I recommend getting somewhere between a 60 to 100 watt charging brick so that you can efficiently charge these batteries, because if not, just plugging this thing into the wall is going to take all night. Trust me, I've been there. So, keep that in mind if you go this route. All right. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. So I still haven't heard from everybody. What was your 4th of July like? I do have one of the replacement batteries. I know a lot of people buy this drone, with just one single battery. I never recommend that, but I understand if that's your budget and, one battery is all you can afford at the time, that's cool. Buy more batteries down the road. I plan on buying more batteries down the road. Richard says we got 50K likes. Yeah! All right. 50K likes, babies. We making it happen tonight. But we going to really make it pop off on July the 8th through the 11th, man. We going to be making it happen. Crazy times. All right, so let's see what else we got here in the carousel. We don't have too many things left. I'm going to kind of move a little bit faster pace through these items here. So you guys have seen me talk about a lot of different microphones. Let me grab. Okay, I have no idea what I did with them. Oh, Richard's not going to let me live this down tonight, because I went out of my way to make sure I did not forget anything tonight. And somehow I have misplaced the microphones. Okay, I don't know what I did with them, because I was rearranging the studio for tonight's stream, and I guarantee you those microphones are now over there on that table, because I was bringing stuff back and forth. But anyway, I'll tell you about the microphones. These are the Anchor Works M650 wireless microphones, guys. Currently, they are $179.99. They come with 2 omnidirectional microphones. You also get the receiver. The receiver has connection points where you can either connect using USB C or either Lightning, or of course you can use it with your standard 3.5 cable. Do I have one of those at least? Do you at least have the cable, Rome? I can't even find the cable. Y'all. I don't know what I did. Wait, nope, that's not it. Okay, I give up on the cable too. And I know as soon as I look away, the cable's going to be right here in front of me. But anyway, the Anchor Work M650 wireless microphones, guys, they have internal recording. They can record they can transmit from the microphones to the receiver up to 600 feet line of sight, meaning there's no big obstacles or metal or bridges or buildings or something blocking them. That is a huge, very, very good, powerful range. You can get those guys right now here on Amazon, guys, for $179. All right, so let's get to some other battery-powered devices. So you guys just saw my drone. You saw me talking about that drone. Let me show you guys something that Blue Yeti sent me that is probably one of my favorite things, and that would be this backpack that you guys see right here. This is the Blue Yeti Hands-Free One. Now, what is so special about this backpack? This backpack has a battery. It has a 300-watt battery that comes with the backpack, guys. Now, of course, this backpack I use for everything, carrying, supplies, carrying props, cables, all of that kind of jazz. You got like multiple pockets on here. I also have an entire section right here for my drone. You guys can see I have the pull foam here for the drone, where I can put the drone, the controller, the batteries, cables, all of that kind of stuff right here in this backpack. But then it also comes with the battery. Okay, so this is waterproof material. It also comes with a rain cover inside of one of these little pouches here. You're going to get a rain cover for it as well. It's got, water pockets on this. I mean, water bottle pockets on the side as well. Yeah, this is a win, guys. That's a win. I can put cameras in there. I can put lights in there. I can put the drone in there. I can put the batteries in there. Everything goes into that backpack. Now, right now, the hands-free one is $279, and that's with the battery. Okay, that would be this battery right here. Okay, so this is a 300-watt battery, built-in handle, AC and DC power. Of course, you have your Blue Yeti LCD right here. You got AC, DC power, 2 USB-Cs, 2 USB-As. You can charge this guy also with a solar panel, and this fits inside of the backpack. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So here's the backpack. Set this down and open up this little flap like that. So I'm opening a flap inside of the backpack. You guys see that? And then I'm just going to take this and just drop this in like so. And this just slides right in. I put that flap down. And now I have the battery right here that I can easily access for, charging up any of my tech when I'm out there on the road, when I'm doing like run and gun, shoots, or, running all over the place like I do at times. I'm telling you, having backup power, guys, is a win. Now, I was saying for the longest time when I first got the Blue Yeti, the hands-free one, I was saying, man, the backpack is cool. I wish it came in a different color, but I get the blue. And I was like, I think Blue Yeti is missing an opportunity here, because a lot of people are going to want that battery by itself, right? And recently they made the battery available where you can buy the battery now by itself, which is super cool. So, yeah. So, yeah, if you guys are looking for some portable battery power, definitely check that battery out. It's going to be ideal for summertime. It's going to be ideal. Richard said there's a extra $70 off coupon, which brings the price down to what? $179? $179? What? Bro, that's some serious Prime Day deal prices. Richard says $179. Man, y'all better get on it. Y'all better get on it. I'm telling you, that is amazing. All right, so let's talk about this little guy right here. Now, this used to be our friend Evan's, one of Evan's favorite things. I don't know why. I have no idea why Evans liked this thing so much. Some of y'all might see some similarities as we go, but we'll see. All right, in the box. Now, this is a 65-watt charger, okay? Now, it comes in a variety of different colors and slight different configurations, but this is the one that I've always had, which is the black and silver one here, with the little headphones on here. This has one USB-A, 2 USB-Cs. It has some boots. It's got some boots, y'all. It's got some boots. So the boots go over the little prongs here. That's just how you cover it up like that. And those are magnetic, so you can like stick this to things if you want to. Now, this thing's got some weight to it, so I don't think you're just going to be sticking this on the fridge and it's going to stay there, because that is most likely not going to happen. But a cool thing happens when you use this, because the face actually lights up. So let me grab another battery so I can show you guys. All right, so here's a little portable battery, and let's hope it's got some power. Let's see. Yeah, it's got some power. Okay. Let's plug this in. like that. And you guys see a little face lights up. And then when you charge something, it gives you a different face. I wish this was more animated. I really do. I really do. But I get what they were trying to do with this. You know, they're really trying to make it, you know, personable. And I think they did a really good job. You know, this is from Ugreen. They make quite a few cool products. Richard says also we have 60K like. Man, we're making it happen tonight. But anyway, this little guy right here, guys, will be cool on your desk. This is going to be a conversation starter. A lot of people are going to love this little thing, as I do. Now, I keep it protected in a box. If I'm not using it, it does go right back in the box. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm that guy. I try to keep boxes for everything. And if I'm not using them, if I'm not using it, it goes right back in the box, guys. But you can get this and other variations of it for as little as $32.48 for this guy right here. So definitely check it out. All right, so purple. Purple is your color, bro. I know, right? Purple's my color. I know it is. I know it is. All right, so let me grab, since we're talking about purple, let me show you guys this really cool Govee lamp. Now, I got a couple of Govee products. I got a lot of Govee products, but I'm going to show you guys this one right here. So this lamp right here used to be my bedside lamp. And that's this guy right here. This is the Govee RGB IC table lamp. Now, this one does require AC power. We do have another one over here that has a built-in battery, but this is the one we're talking about right now. This one is only, $62.99. And this thing's got a lot of features, guys. I mean, a ton of features. All right, let's go down here real quick, take a look at it. All right, so you guys can see here from the top. I'm just going to plug it into this battery. Wait, I got to turn the battery back on and power that up. All right, so that battery is on now. You guys are going to see this light up here in a second. And you have your on and off switch right here on the top. You guys can see those beautiful colors that come off of this guy. And now you have your single colors, which is going to be like your illuminated colors like white, your red, orange, green. So you can just go through the full spectrum of colors. You guys see that there's the purple. Okay. So you have all of those colors built into it. You also have a lot of the built-in effects that are available for this as well. And that is as simple as just tapping here on the top of the lamp, and you can transition through all of those different colors. Now, of course, this is going to work with Google Home, Alexa. It's going to work with the Govee app. It's going to work, in so many amazing, high quality ways. I think it was Hope that said this would be a perfect light for like a nursery or something like that. This would be a really nice little nursery lamp. I think this would be a lamp for pretty much anybody, guys. Now, with the Govee app, you have more control over it, more lighting effects and all of that kind of stuff. But, for the budget-minded person, this is an amazing little lamp, guys, that you can get here on Amazon for only $62.99. And like I said, plug this thing in, program it, you can set schedules with it, as to, like your wake up time, your go to bed time. Before you go to bed, you can have the light come on. I've even used these for movie nights, because you can tie this to your backlights on your television or something like that. And you can have these reacting to sound. So, if you have the right color theme going at the same time, you can have, really cool things with this little lamp. And Hope was telling me that she really, really wants this lamp, like in the worst kind of way. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to make that happen. But, it's prime week, so I'm gonna have to hold on to it for a little bit longer. But this is a really cool little lamp, guys. $62.99. Now we have some other lamps. We have some other lamps here we're going to take a look at as well. A very, very unique lamp that I just recently acquired from Govee. Let me show you guys this lamp as well. Let me see if this camera angle here is going to be better for it. Let me see if I can just move this camera physically. It's tracking me, so it should be okay. All right, so let me switch to this camera angle first so I can show you guys this lamp back here. So the lamp we're talking about is this lamp right here. So this is the new lamp, one of the new lamps from Govee. Let me highlight it also. There we go. Okay. So this is one of the Govee floor lamps as well. This one has some really cool lighting effects. Now the lighting effects, let me get this guy to follow me. Hold on. There we go. The lighting effects go on the ceiling. Okay. So whatever color effect that you go with, it's going to show up on the ceiling. Now this light also has a down light. So if you want to use it for a reading lamp or something like that, you can do that as well. All of your controls are right here in the handle. But, you know, for an atmospheric light that you might want to have in your home, your office, bedroom, movie night, you know, cool things like that. And yes, the head is tiltable. So you can tilt the head a little bit, you know, toward things. Now you can't flip it 90 degrees, but you can kind of tilt it forward so it like catches a corner of a room or something like that, you know, if you're looking for a really cool lighting effect. But you guys can see how dramatic those colors are, man. I mean, it is really, really cool. So right now you can get this lamp here, guys, on Amazon for $179.99, unless Richard has found another coupon, which he most likely has. But this is a super cool Govee lamp as well. And like I said, you know, Govee is producing some, as always, amazing high quality products, guys. One of their main products you guys see in every one of my streams, it is literally directly behind me. We'll talk about that in a second. But we have some other lights over there. And let me power off a couple of things because I'm just running down batteries for no apparent reason. Let me turn all of these other things off. All right. I got all these cameras on over here and I need to turn them off. So let me turn these cameras off. All right, one more. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to try something that I have not tried yet. Okay. So I have these lights here on the wall that I'm going to show you guys here in a second. Let me switch over to this camera and let's switch to those lights. Okay. So what I'm going to try here is I'm going to see if I can power these lights off of this little small battery that I have here. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm going to try it. I'm going to see if it's going to work. I'm going to power those lights off of just this little portable battery. Let's see what happens. All right, I don't see them coming on. So it may not have enough power. I might have to switch to a bigger battery. Yep, I think I will have to. All right, so let me do that. All right. So this little battery couldn't get it done. So let me grab my other Blue Yeti battery. Any one of them will do. So let me just grab one of those. And we're going to power up those lights. Give me a second. Do I have the wrong plug? Hold on. Nope. Okay. All right, I think the lights are turned off from the phone app. So let me try that. Let me turn these on with the Govee app. All right, so let me find my Govee app. Govee. Oh my goodness, there's the Govee app. Okay, so let's open the Govee app. And let's turn those lights on. Yep, they were turned off. All right, come on, lights, come on. Wake up. There we go. All right, they are on now. So let's switch back over. Well, you guys can see them right there in the little side window here. So I'm just going to go through them real quick here and just show you guys some of the lighting effects. I don't know, since I did this update, is something about this iPhone and those lights, just this app does not like it. So I'm going to see if I can get into the app. It will not respond. So I think there's an issue with the most recent update for the iPhone, the 16 Pro Max. But anyway, you have a bunch of different scenes in here. So I can grab one of these scenes. Here's one that's called Rainbow. So you guys see what that looks like. I'm going to switch back over to the full-size lights here in a second. But I just want you to see how I'm selecting them right here from the phone. Okay, so let's switch back over here so you guys can see the full lighting effect. So here is one called Glacier. So that's our glacier effect. Here's another one called Aurora. Okay, so that's that on lighting effect. Now you have a variety. Let's just go into some of the festive stuff that most people always ask for, like for Christmas. You know, they want to see the Christmas lighting effects. They want to see the Halloween lighting effects. Okay, Richard says that the bulb string lights, the 48-foot ones, is the ones that I'm showing you guys right now, has an extra $15 off coupon, which brings the price down to $84.99, guys. $84.99 on these lights, down from $99.99. So definitely check those out as well. I think you guys will be really, really pleased with these lights, all of the cool things you can do with them. They have an IP rating, so they can be outdoors in the rain and the snow. You know, these are year-round lights. You don't have to worry about them. Let's just try this little fireworks effect here as well, so you guys can kind of see what that looks like. But you got a ton of different lighting effects. So definitely check these guys out. If this is something that you guys think you might be into, let me know down in the comments. So let me go ahead, since I'm already at this angle, let me go ahead and show you guys the other lights, which are these lights directly behind me. Now, these are the Govee curtain lights. Okay, so those are the lights I was referring to that I'm always using. They're always on in my stream. Now, Richard says there's a 10% off coupon for the curtain lights, which is basically $13 off. So you'll actually get them for $116.99, down from $129.99. So let me go ahead and select those lights so I can show you guys a few effects with those as well. All right, so we're going to go into the scenes really quickly here. We're just going to jump right into festive because we don't have a lot of time left. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the Christmas stockings so you guys can see what the Christmas stockings look like. You know, they just the Christmas tree, Christmas stockings, all that kind of stuff. Here's your Christmas tree. You guys can see what that looks like. And here's your Easter eggs. And here is a giant spider. It's a giant spider. I don't know why it's called a spider, but that's just what it is. It's a giant spider. Here's one they call Love. So you guys can check that one out. Now, like I said, you got a lot of different lighting effects that you can do with these lights. I mean, just a ton of different effects. Let me see if I can bring this camera down a little bit more so you guys can see it a little bit better there. So, yeah, you know, Christmas trees, life stuff. Here's a waterfall, you know, so you have ice cream cone. Here's a heartbeat. That's a pretty cool one. You know, so you have so many different style lights that you can come up with. These also have a high IP rating. You can take them outdoors, guys. You can take them out into the snow. You can have them, you know, on your windows, indoors, outdoors. You guys see how I'm using them right here. So it's just a matter, guys, of using your imaginations. What's going to work best for your environment. I love these lights. I've been using them, you know, ever since I got them, I think 2 years ago. What has it been, Richard? Has it been 2 years? 2 years? I don't remember when I did the first Govee stream. I think it was like a year ago or 2 years ago or something like that. I can't remember, but I have like a few of these Govee curtain lights that I've gone through, different versions of them. But all of them, for the most part, are just amazing, amazing lights. And they even have a smaller, shorter version. It's a hedge version that you can put like outdoors on your hedges, like during Halloween and Christmas and all of that kind of stuff. I don't have that listed in the carousel, but trust me, they are definitely worth you guys taking a look at. Okay. All right. So we got one thing left in the carousel, and hopefully the audio is working on it, which is my cheese grater that I just got. And I did a video on it, so I'm hoping the audio works on this video. And also, let me switch back to me, and let me see if that's the right video. Nope, that is not the right video. So where is the cheese grater? Where is the cheese grater, Rome? I don't know. It should be video number 2.
Hey guys,
all right, there we go. So there's the cheese grater. I don't know why I was talking about headphones. All right, guys, I can't tell if the audio is playing or not.
This
so
is my
let me know in the comments if you guys are hearing
I'm also
audio.
going to be using this to make
I'm not
home
over
chips.
talking the video.
Now,
I'm going to fix these videos tomorrow to make sure the audio is back.
And the blades are going to be used for a variety of different things. You could use it for making cookies.
Audio sources on these. But anyway, this is just a cheese grater.
Use it with garlic,
it's going to be great
potatoes.
for making.
You have such a large range of things that you're going to be able to
cheese.
create with this.
You can make your own home chips
take a look
with
at
it.
all of the different components
it's a really, really nice little unit.
All right, guys. So starting out with the base, this is the first component that you're going to receive. Now, this is what adheres to
3 blades,
surface that you're going to be locking
cutters.
this to.
You have
you
the
guys
base
see we have a lock and a release.
To whatever flat surface you want to attach it
all
to.
you have to do is
then you
rotate
have the
this
silo
like
that you're going to attach to it, and then the blades go inside of the silo. And then
now,
from there, you're going to
right here is your little silo. This is what you're going to connect.
Oh, there is audio. Okay, well I can't hear it.
And that just slides into place.
Okay, so I'm just going to let that person talk.
So. There's
whoever
a little
that guy
button
is.
Right here on the side that you can press to release. So you just press this little button down to take it out to clean.
Actually,
and
you
it just
what?
locks it in place. It also comes with this pusher, and that just goes in like so that you can push through whatever it is you want to grade. Now it also comes with a handle, and you get 3 of the different blades. As you guys see here, this is the larger for cheese. This is the smaller one that you get. And this one right here is going to be ideal for like slicing up potatoes and other things that you want to have kind of a flat surface to them. And you also receive the handle that connects onto everything. So let's start off with making a couple of things. So first things first, we're going to take this blade and we're just going to push this guy through like so. And then we'll just take the handle, and this just locks in place like that. And to remove the handle, there's also a little switch on here that you can pull down on, and that just pops the handle right off like that. All right, so let's find something to shred. Yeah, let's get it. All right, guys, so we're gonna put our cheese shredder in here. Pop this guy on. All right, so let's grab our cheese. So we're starting out with a big block of cheese that we're going to shred. But what I'm going to do, and to make this easier on myself, I'm just going to cut this in half like so. All right, so now that we have our 2 slices of cheese, that's what we're going to start with. And we're going to just shred this down. All right, so to get started, all we have to do is drop our cheese in like so, and just apply just a little bit of pressure and just start to rotate. And you guys will see in no time the cheese will start to fall through. And then you can take your pusher and add that as well to make it easier on yourself. All right, guys, look at that. Look at all of this mozzarella cheese that we just were able to produce. That's amazing. Let's try something. All right, guys, so we're going to start with the carrot. So we're going to just swap out the blade. Let's pop this guy in here.
All right, guys, I think you guys get the idea. Yes, it is a shredder. It has a lot of cool features. The version that I got only has the 3 blades, but there is a version of it that comes with 5 blades. So, just definitely check it out down in the carousel, but it is only $24.99. All right, so it's about time for me to wrap it up. I will be back here in 48 hours, because we'll be rolling into Prime Day. I'll be live quite a few times through the entire Prime week, guys. So you're gonna get sick of seeing me. Y'all can be assured of that. I'm gonna be jumping all over the place. I'll be popping on for 10 minutes, popping on for 30 minutes, popping on for an hour. So just make sure you guys are following and you ring that notification bell so that you will be notified when I go live, because I probably found an amazing deal and I'm trying to bring it to the peoples as fast as I can. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and talk about our last item in the carousel. Last item we have in the carousel, guys, is this guy right here. These are our drawstring backpacks. As you guys can see, you can get them here on Amazon, guys, for only $11.99. So what are these good for? These going to be great for reusable shopping bags, storage bags, camping, essential bags that you can put inside of other containers and all that kind of stuff to keep things organized. Now, of course, me, myself, my community, my organizations, people that I affiliated with, we use these for a different purpose. We actually use these drawstring backpacks so that we can donate things to the homeless community, to the women's shelters, to the pet shelters. Smokey knows what I'm talking about. So we fill these up with a bunch of things that we find right here on Amazon, guys. Toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, conditioner, hand sanitizer, pens, pencils, Band-Aids, underwear, socks. Socks are on big demand. Water sanitizing tablets, as well as reusable water bottles, anything that you can think of, guys, that you can fit in one of those backpacks that you were thinking that someone who is homeless can benefit from, and you can find it, in quantity. Purchase those items, separate the items, get your homeowners association involved, get your church involved, get your school involved, get your side business, side hustle involved, guys. Whatever it is, you're on social media, do a party. Do a party where you have people just, come to the party and they're just bringing items that you guys are going to be able to gift to other people. Make it fun, have some music, some food. Richard know what I'm talking about. Throw some stuff on the grill and, just make a big deal of it, guys, because you're celebrating the good in people wanting to help other people. So make it fun. Get yourself some Govee lights, get yourself a little portable grill, and just make it happen, my babies. Make it happen. Y'all know how we do. All right, guys, Smokey is ready to eat. I am ready to eat myself because, that cheese shredder already got me thinking about what I'm going to make tonight. I got some ideas. I can't tell y'all yet, but I will be posting some photos later on our social medias. Y'all see me posting something either on Facebook, Instagram, something like that. Y'all know how we do. All right. Yeah, it's about that time. Let's go. All right, my babies, stay safe out there, guys. Wash your hands, wear a mask when appropriate, take care of your loved ones. Get out there and create something amazing each and every single day. Be that pebble in the pond. Be the pebble in the pond. Let your light ripple out onto the community so you will inspire others to get out and do good in the world every single day, guys. Every single day, my babies. All right, y'all, I'll be back here in 48 hours hanging out with you guys, talking about tech, dropping dad jokes. And my angel numbers for today were 444. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you don't know what Richard is posting, just go ahead and Google it. You're probably seeing these numbers throughout your day, but you don't know what they are. You're just completely overlooking them. It is the universe speaking to you, guys. The universe speaking to you, trying to give a personal message right to you. All right, y'all. So like I said, I'll be back here in 48 hours to hang out with you guys from July 8th all the way to July 11th. So I will be live every single day of Prime Week. Multiple times a day. Y'all gonna get sick of seeing me. They're like, Lord, it's Rome again? Why won't he go take a nap or something? Rome, it's 4:00. Go take a nap. All right, my babies, it's time for me to go ahead and wrap it up. Time for me to say them magic words. Y'all know. Peace, and blue muffin grease. I am out Boom, 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 my babies. Don't forget to follow my man Richard over on TikTok if y'all want to see some amazing, crazy bloopers. Most of me, but if you want to be laughing all night long, definitely, guys, follow my man Richard over on TikTok. Richard, drop it like it's hot, bro. I ain't got all night. I got to go make dinner. Drop your link down in the comments, man. I got stuff to do. Okay. All right. I'm going to hit you up later on Instagram and TikTok. Tick, tick, tock. Tick, tick, tock. All right, my babies. All right, y'all. It's time for me to go. I love y'all, but I got to go. Peace. I'm out.